What's going on, everybody? Welcome to. I think I haven't done a stream in a little bit, so I wanted to do a Christmas stream of what we all got for Christmas, and this is on the wrong screen, so we're gonna put it this way. Um, yeah. So I just wanted to kind of do like a chat kind of thing, see what you guys got for Christmas, what I got for Christmas. How was your Christmas? You guys spending it with family, friends? Unfortunately, I wasn't able to kind of go see family. I'm in Virginia. My family's in Brooklyn and in Rockland County, New York. A little in Connecticut. But yeah, money was like a really big factor. Then my wife's car, SUV, Honda, broke. For some reason, you know those key fobs that you guys get that we have. That module went out. I kept like searching for her keys and like depleted the battery. And this thing has been going on for so long. Like this module has been just acting up, and it eventually just killed out the battery. So we have to replace the battery. But before we did the battery, we were like, all right, how? What if we replace the battery and the module keeps doing the same thing? So we were just like, just gonna stay home in Virginia. It was overall a good Christmas. My wife cooked and it was delicious. And I wanted to share some of the stuff that I got. We probably spent a little bit too much on like the kids and everything like that. Probably way over the budget. I'm sure you guys probably did the same thing too. And so I just wanted to kind of cover some of the stuff that I got. My wife got me this because I'm watching this now on Amazon Prime. The quality is between DVD and Blu-ray quality, so it's okay. But I wanted to make sure I got like the ultimate, well, as close as best quality I can get, and I don't want to be tied to a service. So yeah. So my wife got me the Battlestar Galactica, the complete series. Now I'm on season 3. Realize there's a whole nother season, and I'm after like the episode where they got off that new Caprica, and they're, I don't know, trying to find Earth and stuff like that, along with the Cylons. Um, there's a whole nother season. I'm realizing like what am I missing? What did I forget? Like there's a whole season. What are they gonna be doing? And it has this extra DVD in here, and it's called The Plan. And I don't know if you guys know about this, but this is a movie that came out, and it kind of talks. It fills in the holes of like Battlestar Galactica, of like where Saul's wife was, who put her on the transport, things like that. Questions of like if you watch Battlestar Galactica, like I don't know if you remember the number 6 model was on Galactica, accused Baltar of something, right, and then she just disappeared. Well, like they fill in all those gaps, which is really cool. So that movie's awesome. It doesn't come with blood and chrome. Now, if you guys don't know what blood and chrome is, it's let me actually show you here. I highly recommend getting it if you're a Battlestar Galactica fan. It's it actually takes place in the first Cylon War, and it's $10, so it's a really good price. Well, Blu-ray is 12.79, but I actually bought this on Amazon. Excuse me, iTunes, and this is really good. So it actually, as you can see right here, Lieutenant William Adama. So this actually takes place during the first Cylon War. You get to see, I think, some of the ships that you see in Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. The Mark 3 Viper. I think it's a Mark 3 Viper. I might be wrong. Might be Mark 2, but I think it's Mark 3. And a different type of Cylon. So it's like not the one that from the 70s, but like a little bit more upgraded. You got Type 2 Cylon here. Type 2 Viper, excuse me. Anyway, highly recommend this. Really good show. And when it came out, it was kind of weird when it came out. It came out in like, I think the Sci-Fi Channel did it, and they did it in like 15 or 20-minute increments, which is really weird. I think they did something else like that. It was really weird. Then they actually made a movie out of it, bundled it together. Highly recommend if you're a Battlestar Galactica fan. You need to get this. This is not a question. If you want to get this, right? It is on Amazon. I think it went up in price. Wow, actually, it's still 43% off. So you're still probably getting Christmas type pricing. So $56 for all of Battlestar Galactica. Normally, I would when I go on iTunes and stuff like that, I see for like $50 a pop for the first sections, for like the first series one, season one and two. You get it for $50. Season three and four, $50. Now you can get the Blu-ray for full $56, and you get all of it. And then I got also I got Friends, the complete collection. I'm a Friends fan, and I got the DVD version. I do own the digital copy on iTunes. However, or if you guys know this, if you like Friends and stuff like that, you have to get this version. You have to get the old DVD versions. The reason why is the versions that they put out on HBO. I think it's not HBO or whatever. I think it's the network. HBO is doing it now. Or if you bought it on iTunes or whatever, right? The shows are missing like 3 to 5 minutes in each episode, and there are really some really amazing jokes in there. And every time I'm watching it with my wife, and there's like there's certain sections like she'll be watching and I'm like, yep, they missed a joke. There was a great joke there. There was a great joke there, and they just took all that out. So you know, I'm getting this. I'm ripping it. I'm putting it on SSD, so I have to buy an SSD, and yeah, and a sled. I'm gonna get a regular SSD anyway. So that's what I got for Christmas. I got those two things, and so which kind of leads me to what I want to get next for I don't, well, I want to know what I want to. Hold on, let me move this over here. Um, I want to know what I want to get next. You know, like in terms of like gaming and stuff like that. So I brought up my wish list here. I did a video earlier on like stuff that's on the main Steam page, but this is my wish list that I kind of like accumulated throughout the year, and I wanted to kind of get you guys feedback on this because I've been like thinking about this all day. I'm like, what do I buy on Steam? And if I buy it on Steam, I want to play it on my gaming rig, but I also want to play it on my Steam Deck, right? So I bought a Steam Deck last year. I forgot how much these are. These like $300-400, something like that. Um, anyway, so I wanted to see what I can get for it. And as you can see, there's a lot of games here that are really, really, really discounted. 90%. So I wanted to get you guys feedback. Look it over with me. If you're not seeing this now and you're seeing the stream later, go back, take a look at it. Let me know. Post in the comments because this goes up to like January 3rd or 5th or whatever this sale goes to. So I was thinking of getting Firewatch. Firewatch is a really cool game. I've heard great things about it. Like it's over 89%, 93 positive reviews. Single player first person mystery set in a Wyoming wilderness where you're the only emotional lifeline is the other person on the other end. And I saw the trailer for it, and it's kind of cool. The trailer ends with like, why is there a light in the lighthouse on right now, and you have to like go figure out stuff. So it's the trailer sounds cool. I'm not gonna go into the full trailer of it. It's $2. It is verified on Steam Deck, which means basically it's download and play, and it's perfect. I was thinking also getting Orwell's Animal Farm. And when I was like, I don't know, in high school, I think I had to read this, or middle school, and I always thought this was pretty cool because it was kind of like the animals take control, and then there was like a social structure built. And I think Napoleon is like the one in charge, and he sets these rules and stuff like that, and it kind of like mirrors almost like, well, stuff that's the way humans two things. So it's kind of an analogy for like human race and stuff like that. End Zone, World of Parts. So this is $5. Post-apocalyptic city building kind of thing. I don't know. I'm half and half. The screenshot look good. I checked the trailer. Okay. I don't know how like it generally goes based upon my mood and stuff like that. So, I don't know. All right. Rise of the Tomb Raider. This game, as you know, this one ends. Um, what do you call it? The regular Tomb Raider are both strong games, as you can see, 94%. Um, but I feel like this is going to be like Uncharted, but with a female actress. If this is better than Uncharted, let me know in the comments because I know it has all these great reviews. But like, what sets this apart from like Uncharted? Does it have like a really deep mystery, something that's gonna get me rolling to? I mean, it's not that expensive. It's less than $5. The Wild 8 is on my list. It sort of interested me. Mad Max, heard it's a good game. Not in the Mad Max mood. So, I don't know. Again, Tomb Raider, this is the first one. It's $2.24. Um, Overwhelmingly positive, so there's even more than the other one. And it is verified on Steam Deck. So, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. For $3, I mean, I literally spend more money than on that on coffee. So, I don't know. City of Gangsters. I was thinking of getting like the Mafia series, right? And I was thinking, I was like, you know what? It'd be kind of cool to be like a mafia guy, you know? Be like, offer him a killer of a fuse, kind of things. But I don't know. It's a management tycoon game. You start a criminal operation from non-grow into a well-oiled money machine. Three cities to Congress: Chicago, Pittsburgh, Detroit. Interesting. So this is something I might be interested in. Again, like a lot of things that we buy nowadays is just based on our mood. Like so I don't know. This is something that might be actually kind of cool. Combining a tycoon game with the mob. So I don't know. I'm gonna probably put it to my wish list right here. Add to wish list. Oh, not wish list. Add to my cart. So I'm gonna put it in a cart as like a probably. I was thinking of getting Mafia. It's $8, and I think you get all three of them. But I think I've played Mafia, and while it was kind of cool, it was kind of almost like Grand Theft Auto, but you're Mafia. It didn't really, I don't know, do it for me. Leave no one behind. I put this on my wish list, but like mixed reviews. Like, hold on, let me go over this. 41% of the reviews are positive. That's not good. And then when I like looked, like I really want a really good war game to actually play. The graphics on here, I don't know. Like it would be cool to play like Mel Gibson in We Were Soldiers, but this doesn't look like what I would get. It looks kind of, I don't know. The graphics are also a little weird, you know? So I don't know. Just the movement of the characters, the animations, just Verdun. I was thinking about it, but I feel like this is just like, correct me if I'm wrong. This feels like Battlefield, but just World War One, a little bit more realistic. So nothing that really tantalizes, my taste buds. Arma 2, I think I have one form of Arma, and I think I'm good. So I have to remove some of these from my wish list. Um, Artico, again, I saw this game. I did like a quick look at it. I was like, this might be cool if it was really cheap. Um, I don't know. Have you guys played this game? Explore the Arctic with your dog, sled, kayak, and parachute. Build and customize your base camp. That sounds cool. Gather resources, samples, set up labs, take care of your dogs on a peaceful island. I don't know. Like these are some of the things that I want to like take off my wish list because it's like, all right, why did I put it on my wish list in the beginning? I don't know. So the Civil War 59 cents. I'm thinking about just buying this just to see how bad it is. Total War Rome 2 Emperor Edition. I was thinking of doing this, but again, I don't think any game can beat Imperator Rome. I think for me, Imperator Rome is kind of like the bee's knees. Um, you know, I know this has like the tactical combat, and obviously Imperator Rome does not. Uh, but yeah. And by the way, again, if you're watching this after this stream, let me know what you got for Christmas. I'm very interested to find out what you guys got for Christmas. What games did you buy for Christmas too? You know, what Steam games? If you're into like Xbox or whatever like that, I'm sure they're doing sales on there. Let me know what games you bought there. Victory at Sea Mixed, Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim. I know I'm supposed to be getting this because everybody goes crazy over Skyrim. I watched the videos, the reviews. Yeah, it sounds really cool. Just not that, like, I don't know, like that crazy into it. Disco Elysium. I do. There was so many times I was gonna buy this game, and I forgot why. It looks cool, but I don't know. It just there's certain games that don't. I don't know. And I know they're cheap. Like I know some people like $10, but $10 for me is honestly a lot because uh, money. It's just we don't have a lot. we definitely do not have a lot. So in regards to like, especially it's anyway. Endless Space, $10. Came out in 2017. What is this game about? It's a strategic space opera. Just one more turn. I don't like games that do this. They give you like a cinematic, like, need to reset the galaxy. Give me gameplay. Give me gameplay, my friend. Let me know what I'm going to be getting myself into. Some of this feels like it's just like art and some of it gameplay. What are you? Okay. So there you go. I finally get a screenshot. Where are they? Okay. So it's just like many other games I've played. I've been thinking about getting these forever. They came out 15 years ago, almost 15 years ago. I don't know. I feel like if I want to play a a really great Napoleon game, I'm just gonna get Age Odds Napoleon. I feel like that's the be. I feel like that's the top. You know, Mountain Blade, Hold Fast, Nations at War 2.0. Oh, that says 2.0 now. Frontlines 2.0. $5, and then this is like a 150 players per server. Did I buy this and then I returned it? I don't know. It doesn't look that appetizing. I played a multi-massive player Civil War game, not Grand Tactician. This other one, I forgot the name of the game, but it was a Civil War game, and it was really weird. It was like Call of Duty, but set in like the Civil War. Um, and the name is escaping me. I'll remember it later, but yeah, I'm not gonna. But basically, like you spawned, you run up to where everybody else is, you shoot right? And then you reload, and by the time you finish reloading, you might get another shot off, and you get killed, respawn. Just it. You have to like all work together as a unit, and if you spawn into a server where everybody else is just doing their own Call of Duty thing, it took a lot of that fun out. Elite Dangerous. I saw it so many times. The trailer, it just never got me to click add to cart. Really, Brewmaster or to buy it. Superpower 2. Now, the weird thing is, I bought Superpower 1 when it came out in like the 90s or early 2000s. Early 2000s, I think. And I loved it, but it was weird game because, like, you would have, like, Ecuador declare war against Germany. You would have China declare war against Argentina. Like, just what? Like, it was just weird. This one says it's better, has mostly positive reviews at 79%. They made a Superpower 3, as you can see, definitely didn't do anywhere close to what Superpower 2 did. So I don't know who dropped the ball on that one. It's 249. I don't know. If you guys played this game, let me know. Is it good? Is it like Superpower 1 where I'm going to get like weird stuff where you have like, you know, Costa Rica trying to invade oh, good job, buddy. Like England, just weird stuff. Like okay, that would never happen. That's not really that much strategy involved there. Yeah. Because there's kind of like games where like you have these countries that declare war on each other, and you're like that would never happen. Like that happens to me in Hearts of Iron a lot, and I don't know if it's I probably leave the option where it's sandbox a lot because I like that, but you always end up with like Germany going communist or dictatorship or democracy, and you're like, who's the bad guy now? It's just weird. Um, Company of Heroes 2, 5.99. Far World Pioneers, Starbound. Hey, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Two pad? Okay. Yeah, you're taking Mama's pad. Okay. Red Dead Redemption. I think I got this game for free on another service. I played it for like 10, 15 minutes and I stopped, so definitely not. I do like having it on my wish list. I don't know. Maybe if it shows up for like $2 one day. I don't know. Maybe. Let me know. There's nothing that really like stands out for me. Combat missions on sale. I own it, so I don't know why it's on my wish list, but I own it already. So, ooh, Starship Troopers Extermination. Now the question is it unsupported on Steam Deck? Recent reviews are mixed. I heard you could build bases in this. I like the trailer. This might actually be cool. It's $20 though. I know $20 for you guys might be like, for some of you guys might be like, oh, that's nothing, dude. Just $20. $20 is, I don't know. I have to count how many times I go to the coffee shop every week. This is cool. Build your base. Whoa. All right. Yeah. Add to cart. Yeah. Yeah. That was very yummy. U.S. Marines.
in large-scale 100-player battles that take
Tactical
place
first
all over
person.
the world. Take the fight to the enemy on land, by air, or at sea. Squad bridges the gap between arcade shooters and military simulations
Okay, that's
by
cool.
combining the depth of challenge and strategy we get from military simulations while striving to be as accessible as an arcade shooter.
Okay, cool. I like that.
Squad builds its primary focus around the combined efforts of the group instead of the individual. Players who stick together and fight as a squad
Ooh, I
achieve
like
victories,
that.
be it in survivability or
Kind
firepower,
of reminds me of Operation Flashpoint, where you're like,
while players who
a
fight
long
as a
time ago when I
squad
played that, you were
enjoy working
like, had to
together
work
on
together.
purpose.
I thought that was pretty sick.
Within each squad on a team, each player fills a specific limited role, as it is common both in modern day militaries and in many competitive video games. Whether you are your squad's leader, its automatic rifleman, or its medic, your squad mates will depend on the unique benefits your role brings to the squad. Squad comes equipped with a high quality in game voice chat system for talking to your squad mates,
Oh,
nearby players, and even to other squad leaders in order to
so
make
you have to
working
work
together
together in
easier.
like a big, yeah, 100 player.
The hunter.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like depending on other players because you have to find the right server, the right team, and stuff like that. This is another game that I was thinking about, Squad 44. Yeah, I feel like this is another one. Is this one that you have to play with other people? This was originally known as something else. I forgot the name of it. You'll need to group with your squad. Talk directly. So yeah, again, it looks like you can't just play. Ray says you should try Hunt Showdown. All right, let's check that out. I'm gonna probably open it up in here. Just give me a second to open up Hunt Showdown. Ooh, 80% off. I like that. Ooh, I like seeing those high things. And Mayhem Streets, criminal gangs rule and cops fear to tread only the bounty hunters. Interesting. Very positive reviews. 94. Wow. Okay. It's amazing that these like really indie games that are based on like scroll shooting and stuff like that get like these 94, 95% reviews. When you get like AAA studios that have $500 million budget are getting like 20%. Kind of reminds me of like Duke Nukem. Oh, Hunt Showdown 1896. Okay, let's take a look at that. Hunt Showdown 1896. Oh, not a valid date. It's funny how like you could just choose anything and they'll let you. Is a new era of addictively unforgiving extraction shooting a corrupt Blackwater's lost history fight back along with friends against timeless evil. I wonder that guy actually has those type of tattoos. Okay. Whoa. Little freaky. Whoa. He even made a avatar of himself. I don't know. I'm looking for something more like history oriented. I don't know, like World War II, Civil War, something. I don't know what kind of mood I'm in. I'm trying to figure it out. Um, Wars in the Realm, Frontier, Buzz Aldrin Space Program. I was thinking about Cyberpunk a couple of times. I don't know. It actually does play on the Steam Deck at like 30 around 30 frames per second, but apparently like they're coming out with games, not the Steam Deck, but like I don't know, Asus has one. There's another one. I'll have to do a separate video on it, but there's a few of them out there. I would recommend you guys look into this. That are playing games that are at 720p, some at 1080p, like Cyberpunk at 60 frames per second in the palm of your hand, which I think is crazy. Craziness. Aliens Dark Descent. I saw a couple of trailers on it. Company of Heroes 3. Nah, not really. Not in the mood. And see, this is the problem, right? Like, this is always a problem. Like, you're in the mood. You're not in the mood right now, but you might be in the mood like 6 months from now, and then you'll have to buy it at full price. It's just, if you have the money, I guess, right? It's a good time to buy now, but I don't have the money, so I was thinking of getting Spider-Man remastered, but honestly, I was never a big Spider-Man fan. I wasn't into Marvel until like Iron Man 1, then Iron Man 2, and the only reason I got into like watching the new Spider-Man movies was because the actor's great and it got involved in the whole Marvel cinematic universe. So, yeah. Ooh, you bought. Ray says he bought Pavlov's House. Okay, that's a game that I want to actually play. Um, so you just reminded me this is a game that I wanted to buy. It's not on sale though. How did they not? How did they miss the Christmas sale? So Pavlov's House. Apparently, this was a really important conflict during Stalingrad. I think. Take control of valiant defenders of the Soviet strong point in Stalingrad as they hold out against constant German attack for almost 2 months. Can you rise to the challenge of mounting odds? So I saw this one time and I was like, ooh, I like the concept. Make tough decisions and handle. So it's interesting. I'm a big Apple guy. This animation, I can tell you right here, I think is straight from my movie. Not that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying. Play against four different difficulty levels, complete action. So it's kind of like combining a card-based game with like a strategic simulation. Okay, interesting. Okay, and iPad. Ooh, I might actually buy that on my iPad instead. Actually, this will be a cool game just to kind of like sit back and play on a tablet than desktop. Castelluta is a similar type game. Check that one out too. Okay. Castellita. Hopefully. Ooh. Is a solitaire game driven tabletop board game. Deploy your soldiers. Ooh, I like this. Oh, this is cool. Ooh. Kind of reminds me of Jeff Lapkoff, games, Zulu game. Okay. Okay. Using a Godot game engine. Interesting. Okay. Cool. I might actually. I'm interested. I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna leave that right there. When I say Jeff Lapkoff, if you guys not familiar with him, by the way, if you hear Paw Patrol in the background, my kids are watching it. It's now called Digital GameWorks, and I was a big fan of his games from the '90s. He made games. He started out with Defend the Alamo. Came out with a new version called the Alamo Victory at Death. It's basically the same game but just modernized. Where you basically control the Alamo, like you deploy your defenders. The original game gave you the full 13 days or something. This one's just the night of the Alamo. But the one that game you just showed me reminded me of this, the Drift 1879, and like I wish more games were made like this. Like it actually like gives you the name, them even having a bayonet, how many warriors are charging. You can shoot. You could have the entire line shoot, or you could just have that unit shoot. But unfortunately, Jeff Lapkoff published a couple. And, oh, wow, he stopped even supporting these games. Didn't really, doesn't really make any. Oh, Zulu Dawn. Hold on, this is new. Yeah, he uses this new engine that I don't like. I don't know. I like his old engine. I feel like his new games are too simplistic. I never tried this one though. I might try this one out, Zulu Dawn. But like other ones that when he first came out, I think it was Combat Actions, Vietnam. Actually, no, I didn't play this one. I might have to play this one. But the one that really kind of like, what the heck is going on was Patriot Battles. He came out with this, and I was so excited when he came out with it, and then I played it, and it felt so like dumbed down. Like like in the Defend the Alamo, in the first Defend the Alamo, you actually had the names of every soldier and squads, and just a whole bunch of stuff. And this one, like it was, yeah, I'll make a unit. I'll give them this amount of strength, and I'll name, I'll put a commander here. I might even name him. And it was just like, that's it? Like, that's all you did? So, it was just weird. Yeah, me too, Ray. I wish I don't know what happened, man. But I've noticed that a lot. DayZ, not in the mood. Age of Empires 4, I was thinking about it for a while, but it's too casual for me. Millennia,
Your journey in Millennia begins in a humble Stone Age
I feel
village.
like this is
From
Civilization,
here, you
but
guide your
just
nation through the ages, charting its course through 10,000 years of history.
kind of like the difference between Coca Cola and Pepsi. Slight different taste.
Will you lead a fearless band of warriors age by age? Through 10. Remember, you're in control. Will you lead a fearless band of warriors or a serene group of pacifists? Any path you choose comes with unique opportunities. But as your nation grows, so do the needs of your people. Get out there and scout the map.
I think that's what I'm looking for. Something like empire building. I'm in a empire building mood.
Establish supply chains and capitalize on lucrative trade routes. And if things get heated,
It's a complex economy. When I think complex economy, I think of like Victoria.
with force. For every turn, you'll be faced with decisions, completely altering the course of history. Will you reach a glorious age of victory, or be forced to brace for the worst of outcomes?
Go beyond. See, that's the one thing that drives me nuts about these civilization games. They end with the modern era. Like, hey, civilization started with like cavemen, and then you go all the way up to like today. Why not go? like further, like incorporate the moon or something like that. Um, Ray says, "Did you try Angola '86 or Afghanistan '11?" That developer makes interesting games. I actually interviewed a developer, I think like twice. Angola '86. I remember him telling me he was going to make that game, um, and then he just stopped making games for a long time. Like he just disappeared. And then I just heard that he started coming back making games again. So I forgot his name. Every single soldier. I forgot his actual name though. But oh, actually looks cool. Oh, okay. And he's actually, I think, from South Africa. Whoa, this is cool. That's a big map. Oh, the animations are very. So Afghanistan 11 came out way before this, and the animations in Afghanistan 11 and the textures look better than this, and this is new. Or yeah, wow, that's very basic. Those are like 1990s graphics. I mean, I'm not trying to put it down or anything, but I'm just observation. It's interesting because, like, compare that game to this, which came out. I mean, look at this. The textures look better, animations look better. Just kind of weird that usually, like, the newer games, right, usually develop the graphics, get like better. I love this game. This is one of my favorite games. If I want to play like the Afghanistan conflict, but generally what I remember happening is Afghanistan 11 came out. I interviewed him. I forgot his name. And I gave this game high remarks. It's a great price for $9. Then I think he came out with Carrier Deck, which I thought was. I remember thinking I was like, all right, it's okay. I think I remember it was like I feel like it's missing a few things. And then the thing that really kind of didn't do so well was this. And I was doing single mode strategy podcast at the time, and I remember we were talking about this and that we felt like this game was all right. It was okay as like a casual game, but not at the level of where like Afghanistan 11 was. But it's good to know that he's coming back now with new games. I see that he has Rhodesia 72 to be announced, Vietnam 66. So now this actually looks kind of interesting. I think there's a Vietnam 65 that he made. Yeah, the successor. Okay. NVA offenses, full logistical model. That's gonna be interesting. And then he has this Northern Ireland game. Oh, okay. Well, he's doing a lot now. I wonder what happened. Like he disappeared for a few years, and then now he's back. But I do notice the graphics are different. Like they're not as, I'm gonna say, polished as Afghanistan 11. I wonder if he's using like a different engine. Yeah, I wonder wonder if he's using a different engine. All right, let's see. Napoleon's Eagles. Game of Napoleonic Wars. My friend also told me about War Tales. I should probably get that, but this actually kind of looks cool. I like the hex space map. Kind of reminds me of a little bit about Age Odd. Ray says, "Is Burden Command ever coming out?" I feel like I've been anticipating that game for 10 years. Yeah, it's been a minute. He came out with a demo. The demo is really like I played it. Like you could tell that they are putting like heart and soul into that game. Um, I I'm betting 2025 is the release date. If they have a demo out in 2024, I'm betting sometime in 2025 it's coming out. The developer messages me every so often. I have to respond back to him. I think he responds to me on X, and I'm not on X. And plus, I'm doing like military stuff. I'm joining the Coast Guard Auxiliary. So, like, I'm doing a number of things. So it's hard to like respond back. I'm like communicating. I do this site. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but I run a site called StateDefenseForce.com, and it's a nonprofit. And basically, it basically I don't know if you guys know what state defense forces are, but they're basically the National Guard Reserve. In essence, they're a force multiplier for the National Guard. So like I was attached to the National Guard Surf P team, chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, high yield, explosive, enhanced response force slash package. Say that 10 times fast. And so I was attached to that force, and half the unit was State Guard or State Defense Force. Goes by those two names, and so I run this site. It just reports on their news, the operations that they're doing, things like that. So I communicate with like state senators. I try to work with like the National Guard Bureau, communicate with the DoD, things like that. So this takes a lot of my time. So yeah, um, if you're in a state that has a state defense force, highly recommend joining. You get to serve alongside Army National Guard soldiers, help them mobilize, help them demobilize, work missions with them. You go on full state active duty, so you get assigned the same pay as a National Guard soldier. You're under the same what they call the state UCMJ, so it's just a federal Uniform Code of Military Justice, but on the state level. So I should do a video on that. Battle Brothers.
Wrong. It was an ambush. You are left in command now, with what few men remain.
Yeah, I'm not in the mood for being a mercenary. Robin Hood. This kind of intrigued me. You could build your own Sherwood Forest and do raids, but 69%. I don't know, man. Usually a game for I mean, it's $15, so it's not too expensive. And you get to do that Robin Hood kind of thing with the bow and arrow. Every time I think of Robin Hood, I think of Kevin Costner's. It looks like there's puzzles in this. What the heck was that? Did you see that? Was that like strategic? Yeah, this is like combining a lot of things here. So you build your own Sherwood Forest. You go hunting. It's in the bedroom. Go get it. Ask mom. I don't know. Let me know if you guys play this game. I am very intrigued by this game. Like being able to build your own Sherwood Forest, go hunting. I guess it said food 71, total workers 212, available workers 171. I wonder if the game is doing too much. Because if you're doing all of that plus waging a war, I feel like that's That's a lot. So I can imagine maybe that's probably why the reviews are not like where they should be. Destroyer U boat. I keep thinking about getting this, but I think this is for people that want like a ultimate destroyer simulation. You know, like you're like the captain of your destroyer, right? And you're I don't know if you guys watched the Apple TV Plus show with Tom Hanks. What was the name of that show? Um, Greyhound. And it basically every time I think of that game, I think of this actual movie, and it's basically Tom Hanks in charge of a destroyer protecting a convoy, and so I think about that, and I'm like, that would be really cool if I could do that. But like as you can see, this is heavy. This is like Grognard level simulation for destroyers, I think. Right, like sonar contact. You got 118 speed, 4 knots, range 2196, time 224. And you have to like you get this map, and it's like okay, it was here, it was over here, and if you're over here, you have to like you move. This actually moves, so you move this, and you use a pencil, and you do the marker, and then like you try to angle your ship to. So it requires a lot. Like I feel a game like this is Grognard level simulation, which don't get me wrong, I love that. Like, but I'm not sure I would be good at it. I would feel like my whole fleet would sink. Um, and I wouldn't do well. I feel like maybe I would maybe able to like fire one depth charge. And I might like the Germans will be in the sub like, what was that? I don't know. Let's shoot another convoy, kind of thing. So I don't know. I might. I don't know. It's $15, and it is actually playable on the Steam Deck. So as you can see here, right? So like I said, it's like I feels Grognard level.
Hello,
Uh,
everybody. Wolfpack here.
I'm gonna
And
put that.
today I would like to talk.
See this. I'm gonna take off my thing. I my opinion of Strategy Game Studio has changed honestly a lot. Uh, Strategy Game Studio now for me feels very different. Um, and I did a video a while ago about them. And the reason why I feel that way is because I feel like they have an engine. I think they're using the Unity engine or the Unreal engine, one of those two. And they're basically just they have the engine. They're changing a few of the modifiers, some of the arrays, not even like adding new features. Like if you compare this to other games, the map is in the same place. The icons are pretty much the same. The map is like not the map, excuse me. The flag is basically even waving the same way. Like everything feels like the last one. They made like a Mexican American War one, and I've played like one or two of their games. I feel like they're just like copying and pasting the game for different conflicts, and it makes sense because they come out with like 3 4 different games a year. Like nonstop. They're like new games all the time, and it's just like that's the same as every other game. Like it just feels all the same. As you can see, even like look at this. The flag's in the same place. This is in the same place. This is in the same place. Now, it just it doesn't feel like they did really much. I feel like they're just copy and pasting. It's like, all right, let's change some of the fields for this unit. Let's change some of the attributes for this unit, and be done. And then sell the game for $25, and then move on to a new conflict. Spend a month or two making a new map, adding some new attributes for units, publish it. So that's what I feel honestly that they're doing a lot now. Like this came out December 26th. The previous one, Operation Downfall, oh that was 2022. Let's do it based upon lists. it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna show me by the dates that these were released. But like, yeah, I mean, I know maybe it will. Okay, so Fort Donaldson. So this one came out December 16th. December 16th. So like a week ago or so, right? Then they have the Battle for Fort Donaldson. That came out about a month before that, right? And then 2 months before that, August 19th, June, April. In 1 year, they came out one, two, three, four, 5 games. 5 games in 1 year. Now, I don't know if like they have like 5 different teams working on a game. I don't know, but it feels like, hey, we're using the same engine. Let's just put the American flag here, change up the map a little bit, change some of these figures, add new art, and ship it, kind of thing. I don't know. Like the one of the guys, or maybe some of the guys that had this game or started this studio, like made games like this. So like I want to compare Civil War 2, which is a game that they kind of, I think like one or two members of this studio that's making these games came from, Ajod. And as you can see, like Ajod games, if you took eight like Birth of America and you kind of go down the line from Birth America 2, Civil War 2, World War 1 game, like you can see changes to the game. Like they would do things like I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. This, the textures on the map. They would do things like, I don't know, what's other things that they would do. Let's go to War of Napoleon. So like, let's say do Wars of Napoleon, right? So this came out in 2015, right? And you can clearly see, like, they did make changes. Like the icons are different. This GUI is a little bit different. They even like go in here and there's tons of characters. They animate that. Like they just, it feels like there's a lot more attention to detail when they made Ajod games. But I feel like with these games that they're making now, I feel like a little bit of that is lacking. Like it's just, the map is okay. It's nothing to write home about. Like the GUI is the same. Like the same. This icon right here, these three things that you normally would see on a mobile game, is the same in every single game, right? This, right? Like this is so generic. So many of these icons are so generic. Like change it up. Like put some detail into it. Ray says SGS is repurposing board games, which isn't a bad thing. Just don't expect the depth that computer games have. Yeah, I guess so. If these are just board games that they're just converting, yeah, I guess then. But still, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about just repurposing board games and just. I feel like even if you're purposing board games, like if there's a board game, I don't know if there's a board game made out of SGS, for this game right here. I'm sure you could do more, right, than just use the same Unreal or Unity engine, change the map, add some different icons for the units, and then just add different cards and just go to town. Like every game, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I feel like there's more that could be done. Like speaking as somebody that worked at like Apple and Microsoft, like one thing I learned about working at Apple is like that attention to detail. Like you got to like look at the little things, right? You got to put that love and attention. And I worked with small, I talked to small developers when I was back then. Like obsessing over like an icon, right? is a good thing to do, right? Some people will be like, dude, that's it's an icon, relax. But it shows the love, care, and attention that you would put in. And I'll use, Burden of Command as a great example because the developer of Burden of Command and his team have like so much love for this game, and you can see it in like the textures, right? Like, look at this. This I think takes place in North Africa, right? And then like they have, I think they colorize these photos. They made partnerships with war museum. Uh, like you could see the textures different from North Africa. Um, the stuff that you can do in the game, it just feels worlds different. Now again, this game is taking I don't know. Actually, it's releasing Q1 225. So that answers your question, Ray. It is releasing in the first 2 or 3 months of 2025. But like this game, like whenever I see it, and whenever he rolls out like mini dev blogs, like it just shows that level of craziness of passion. Like for me, if he sends me a Steam code, I'm gonna be like, okay, but I'm gonna buy the game anyway. I'll buy it for somebody, like the care and attention. I remember playing the demo and look back on my YouTube thing. Like the demo for this game was just wow. It was like this is really really cool. They just went to so much detail, animations, the gunfire, the sounds, just like they put purpose behind it. They know they were crafting a gem. Like you don't want to just like I'm trying to find a good analogy, but you just don't want to like good example, right? Let's take this for example, right? And this, right? You want to make each one unique, right? So I'm gonna buy Battlestar Galactica, right? Now what they could have done says, all right, well look, I mean they're both TV series. We already made this. Let's just take the Battlestar Galactica. We'll just change the color of this. We'll put Battlestar Galactica in here. We'll use the same things here. We'll put this season 1 through 2, and then we'll bundle the DVD into this one, and then we'll put 2 to 4 in this one, and yeah, it'll save money, man. It'll save money. But no, the people that made this, I don't know if there might be different publishers, but let's say they're the same publisher. They went to the trouble of saying, all right, let's put like nice art. Let's go into detail. Let's add nice shadows. Let's put in Battlestar Galactica. Put in a shadow there. Then we'll go in here, and then we'll do something different with this. We'll put in like Blu-ray extras here, and like as you can see, this kind of unfolds. We'll put another movie in here. Like there was care and attention put into making this, right? And I love it when you have companies that do that and people that do that put care and attention to things, instead of just saying, hey, let's take every DVD, every movie we make and put it in a box similar to this because it's going to save us money. That's something I don't want. All right, so yeah, I'm going to remove this. Sorry, SGS, but yeah. Ray Rockwood says infection free zone. Yes, I did see that. It did actually look interesting. Uh, this actually looks cool. Let's do a trailer. Ooh, choose any real place. Oh, that's cool. Are you serious? Those like real buildings that? Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that is so cool. I heard about it. I forgot how awesome it was. Oh, that is freaking sick. Oh, this is instant. This reminds me of like that Walking Dead show. Fight zombies in your actual neighborhood. That'd be kind of cool. Go to Brooklyn. Wow, this actually looks pretty sick, man. Whoa! So they're climbing the buildings, kind of like that zombie movie with Brad Pitt.
To all survivors, broadcasting on all emergency frequencies. We provide food and shelter, safety and security. This is an infection-free zone.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely for me. Oh, it's an early access. I don't generally do that, and it's only 20% off, but that looks pretty sick. I have to support games like that. That looked actually sick. Being able to just, I'm gonna look at the second trailer. I like that you could build walls and stuff like that. Oh wow, you can get military vehicles. That's cool. What the heck? They breached a wall. That is sick. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely okay. So it's 20 something dollars. That's worth it though. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Ray. That was sick. Jump Light Odyssey. This was supposed to have good reviews, man. What happened? When this launched, I think it had good reviews. And it was supposed to be like Japanese anime meets like spaceship management kind of thing.
One jump ahead of the warmongering Zootopian empire.
60%.
Admiral Voltan will not rest until our light is extinguished across the galaxy.
Ooh, I like that. I like
With no home beyond our starship, we must
that
rely
is
on
cool.
each
Okay.
other and what little we can find among
If
the
anybody played
stars.
this game, let me know. Whoa, that's cool.
Our vessel is our fortress, sanctuary, and mode of escape. We must adapt in order to survive, refitting our starship to support both the mission and the lives of the few of us who are still here. We may not always get along, but whether crew, civilians,
So
or
it's like The
distant
Sims
strangers,
meets
we are all
the
family.
space
Bound together
building
in
ships
inseparable bonds,
management kind of thing
will lead us all to a
meets
new
Japanese anime. And I remember when this.
Our pursuers are not here, and this is not our end.
Oh, that's cool.
The Forever Star calls me across the vastness of space, a beacon of hope,
Two,
of home.
one, jump.
We will heed its call.
So I remember when this trailer came out, I was really excited. What happened? Unfinished early access. I've been stung by this too many times. I should know better. Game had so much. Devs abandon it. Open it up for someone else to finish. Are you serious? They just stopped. Pause development of the game indefinitely. It's a. Oh, you. Why? Why? Why is Steam even allowing it if they stopped publishing it? Has paused indefinitely. Just say the game's over. This is horrible. This is last year, and Steam is still selling it. There's the developer is still selling it. I mean, because they're putting in a sale price on it. If you stop making the game, put it for like $1. This is horrible. I gotta make a video just on that. That's horrible, man. I was thinking about getting this game for a minute. City State 2. It reminds me of like, the city building games, city skylines and stuff like that. with just a few little additional things you can do. Uh, but I thought it would have been really cool, like, because you can, hold on, you have like something like this where you have retail growth, population economy. It has a little bit more, I feel, than City Skylines. But the one thing that it doesn't have uh, is like you could build your own military. I was looking for something almost like a city state, like almost in Rome, kind of thing. Let's see what the reviews are. Mostly positive. 1249. Yeah, might as well. I've been wanting to get that for a minute. I already own that. Um, Avrion, I already saw. Stranded Deep. $10. What's the 75%? I gotta take out SGS. Sorry, SGS. The Captain. This was a cool game. 50% off though, only. Like this is pretty cool. You will have to race back home across the galaxy, collect new friends on a journey, make new enemies. You won't be able to save everyone. I like the concept of this. Some of the graphics on here are cool. You get to like land on planets. There's space stuff going on. See, this actually looks really cool. Is it playable on Steam Deck? Yes, it is. So yeah, let me add that in because I've been wanting to get this for a minute, and this looks like it has a lot. I remember watching the trailer for that, so that I thought that was pretty sick. Ray says that I actually use my real house as my base in the game. That's sick. That is sick. That is sick. I like that. Settlement survival. I remember didn't really do it for me. Forts is a cool game. Uh, but I feel like it's very arcadey. If it was $5, I would probably do it.
Boss is out now, featuring online multiplayer, single player campaign, and introducing 9 powerful commanders.
I don't know. I feel like it's too casual. Like I want to get sucked into a game again. I need to get rid of SGS. I gotta get that probably one day. King of the Castle. Cold War Error. I remember trailers didn't really do it for me. I don't know why it's on my wish list. Some of the stuff I put on my wish list and say maybe it will get good. This is kind of interesting, but not where I want to be right now. Let me check this.
Let me tell you about the day we were flourishing, and the realm prospered under my father's benevolent rule.
Ray says, "Did you ever play Starship Trooper Terran Command or Terminator Dark Defiance?" I just bought both of them because I couldn't decide which was better. Yes, I'm a huge fan of. Why is it not loading? I'm a huge fan of Slitherine Matrix games. I applied for a job with them. They didn't have nothing listed. I was just like, if you guys have anything if you have any demand or anything, just let me know. Like, I would love to work for you guys. But they didn't have anything. Um, Terminator Dark Defiance. I played this game. I really like it. Um, it satisfies that itch. It takes place with the newest Terminator movie, the one with Dark Fate, I think, with where they brought back Arnold Schwarzenegger and I forgot that female actress's name. Um, but it's not the Skynet of the future. I forgot what they call it now. But this game is really cool. It's not just like a simple RTS. It kind of reminds me of like um, almost like Combat Mission meets real time strategy, which in essence, combat mission is real time strategy. But combat mission meets Terminator, right, in a way. And I loved playing it because, I mean, like, you got a M1A2 or A3 Abrams tank, and it's going to town, and you have soldiers firing M4s into, like, the enemy, right? And you can get like APCs engaged. So it satisfies that hunger of, like, if the machines rebelled, right? If the machines rebelled with our current technology, could we fight them off? What it would look like to fight off the machines, right? So Slytherin sent me a code for this. I have it. I love the game. Actually, do I have this game? I don't even know if I have to. I have to check. But I'm gonna double check. I think I own the game, at least the demo. I think I own the game now that I think about it. But yeah, this is really cool. I really like it. Again, Slytherin is one of those companies that has that, you know, that chef's kiss, that emoji, chef's kiss kind of thing. Um, I will never, never, never. Um, I'm trying to figure out my next word, but never, like, forget that they brought something to me that I am forever grateful. I'm a Battlestar Galactica fan. Obviously, you can see I have the BSG, right? Um, and they brought Black Lab Games. Marco, if you're watching, Marco is one of the heads of Slytherin. You, sir, are always going to be a legend. Marco is the one that arranged. I did an interview with him one time, and he was the one that arranged with the IP holder to make a Battlestar Galactica strategy game, because we never had one. We had like a few arcade shooters, stuff like that. Nothing like this. And to this day, I still play this game on. I finished the main campaign. I'm on Sins and Sacrifice. I did Operation Anubis, and this game is by far, like, I mean, look at it. It's just freaking amazing. You get the Artemis Battlestar. So if you wanted, actually, this is more of a Jupiter class, I think. But you can do the Battlestar from the 70s, right? You start out with that. You don't even start out with that. You start out with, like, more support ships, and then you work your way up, right? And you get the Artemis, which is the 1970s Battlestar, and then you get the Jupiter class, which is Galactica, right? And then they came out with the modern ships pack, which I haven't added to the game yet, but frack me, a real Cylon, modern day, you know, this series, uh, and Galactica. You could get the Valkyrie, I think, class. I think that's what they call it. So yeah, man. I mean, it's just some stuff. As you can see, like, you got the actual Cylon Raider for the new series. But this game takes place in the first Cylon War. Now, they did say that they're going to come back to Battlestar Galactica for the return, for the second Cylon War. And I'm gonna pitch them an idea. I already made like like almost like a design document of how that's gonna work. Of what I would love to see is like almost like a hex-based map, right? Because this one is a little different. Let me show you if it's in here. I don't think so. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I don't think it's in here. But basically, this one kind of gives you. Hold on. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys the design document in a video, in a separate video. Um, so this is the map that you get to fight the first Cylon War, and it's really cool. So this is Ragnarok. So if you watch the first episodes of the Battlestar Galactica series, this is where Adama is, and then Caprica's over here, and Geminon, and then this is like these are all the 12 colonies, right? And there's a Cylon presence on this colony. I don't know which colony this is, and then these things are like your missions, right? You click on it, and it kind of goes through a campaign, and you fight the Cylons. Dratus, I think that's what not Dratus. Excuse me, I forgot what they call this, but this is what makes your ships. You cannot lose this, right? And you build battle stars, you get Tilium, you get economy, you build up your officers, you can lose your officers, your ships gain experience, the crews on them get experience. It's an incredible game. I love the fact that it's a strategic component and then goes into the tactical component. The idea that I have though is this would be much more enlarged, right? It would not be systems. It would be hex based, right? So you would have like a hex for this system, 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 right? And then a massive map, right? And the map is kind of like fog of war, right? Like you don't know what's there, right? And you have a choice, right? You can go into these hexes, right? And you probably make, I don't know, a hex for each planet or whatever, right? And you can fight the Cylons, right? Instead of going and running, or you can just go past the red line and run from the Cylons. And during the course of the game, what you're gonna have to do is mine asteroids, right, for the fuel that you need or the metals or whatever, right? Get water from planets, find planets that have water, right? Possibly settle on a planet for to raise morale or something like that. You can kind of like take this series, this Battlestar Galactica series, and incorporate it into a strategy game. And whatever decisions they made in this game, excuse me, in this series, you can put it into this strategy game, right? You can say, all right, well, morale in the fleet is at 20, right? If we colonize this planet that has, it's not very hospitable, it's only going to provide this much food or whatever, right? Morale will go up 60%, right? So you're going to do that for a year. Hopefully the Cylons don't come. If they do show up, right, you could try to do emergency evac. Like, you can take that and make it into a strategy game. And then the point of the game is to find Earth, right? And you find the clues and I'm gonna send a design document out. David Anderson's. I hope Slytherin never goes public or gets bought by a public company. Me too. We've seen that with Paradox. All right, and we all know how. I mean, don't get me wrong. Paradox has made some great games. Like Paradox made some really great games. But like their DLCs, a number of them got bad reviews. Very a number of them were considered very buggy. Uh, Victoria 3, which was gonna be like my shining star. When I heard about Victoria 3, I was just like, I was just like, I was flipping. I cannot believe this game is. I cannot believe Victoria 3 is here. I was literally having like just it was so it was something, man. When Victoria 3 was announced, it was just I couldn't believe it. But then they stripped so much of it. It stripped so much of it. The whole military section, right? That was stripped, right? Like now it was just so simplified. It's like, hey, you build an army, you send them to war. That's it. I can't move them to provinces. No, we'll take care of that. Okay. And I think they added capitalists now, but like I remember I was playing the U.S. right, and I usually try to take a like almost like a laissez-faire kind of economy approach, right? Not protectionism, right? So reduce the taxes a little bit, encourage development of businesses, and I noticed businesses were not being made, right? And then I looked into like some Reddit, whatever, and I found that I was like, oh yeah, you got to build your own businesses, and I'm like, one or two, and they're like, no, you got to build your whole economy. You got to build the like the places to knock down the wood and all that stuff. The to the cement factories, all that stuff. You got to build that. And I was just like, so I got to build the economy. Yeah. I'm like, So am I like communist? Right? Because like in Victoria 2, I remember playing that game and like there were certain places I added a railroad, right? It didn't even allow me to build factories. I remember in the game. You have to like go through a process in the game and then change a few policies and eventually you can make your own buildings. The economy was so in depth in Victoria 2, and in Victoria 3 I just felt like they were like, hey, you can build your own economy, and it's just like, okay, yeah, but it's not like real. Like, you're making everybody like a communist country. Capitalists can't invest their own money, and they're like, well, this, that, and it didn't feel. And then they took the military aspect out. It was just, I don't know, man. It just felt very hollow. Very hollow. They added a few things like this technology tree. Um, it's more simplified than the other one, I would say. Maybe, I don't know. But it just, I don't know. It didn't have the luster, the depth of Victoria 2. And I have a feeling why is they're trying to appeal to a more casual audience. You know, like the mostly positive. It's now 75% because they did add a bunch of patches. And I've been meaning to go back and try it out because I think they added capitalists can make their own stuff now. But when that came out, it's like, stop appealing to the mass audience. Stop appealing to the casual gamer. That's not your target group, right? Like, that's not your target group. Don't appeal to them. I know they're going to give you more money, right? Because if you're like, hey, if we dumb down the game, right, make it less complicated, we can get more people to buy the game, right? Don't do that, right? Like, I understand you got to appeal to the stockholders. F the stockholders, right? Stockholders, you know what stockholders do? Nothing, right? They destroy companies. They destroy companies because they're only concerned about the bottom line. Cut expenses as much as you can, right? Provide the least amount of service or product and maximize profit at all costs, right? And you take away the art, the soul, and everything from a game when you do that. And you see that in like the regular thing. Look at Google, right? Google right now, I don't know if you guys are following tech news, but Google is in like a world because Google search right now is considered one of the worst search engines because they just basically put ads everywhere in search, right? And I'm listening to an interview from another a tech interview, and they were talking about when Google started, their mantra was "Don't be evil." Right? We're eventually going to have to add, ads, but we're going to make it at the top of the page, and we're going to say clearly this is an advertisement. They don't do that anymore. They basically put all these ads. They basically destroyed what made them great, and they did that with many other products. So I feel the same thing with them.
Let me tell you about the day
Um, I'm hoping they change. I think they changed CEOs once or twice already.
we were flourishing, and the realm prospered under my father's benevolent rule. But as with the seasons, a change was in the air. A new dawn was rising, one that would bring with it darkness and despair, plunging all of Oberlin into chaos. Targeted by mobs of angry peasants, no noble was safe. Many sought refuge in their manors and mighty castles, and yet even the thickest of walls could not shield from an enemy within. The fires of rebellion
Oh, that looks
soon
cool. That's a
reached
nice
out
map.
for Tannheim,
Oh, that's cool.
and my father answered the call. Leading our troops from the front, I rode beside my father into the unknown. I got my first taste of battle,
Oh, that's cool.
and of victory. But then defeat
Oh,
and loss, so terrible. They took from me my beloved father. These were dark days, and the war had just begun. But I did not stand alone.
oh, cool. Multiplayer sandbox. Ooh, I like that map
Horror and
editor.
bloodshed these rebels seek, then we shall give it to them.
Okay. How much? 11.99. That's not bad. Let me add that in. Ray says there's so many different kinds of games that could be made with Battlestar license. Imagine a multiplayer game with secret Cylons disguised as humans. That'd be cool, like they did with the board game. I did not check the board game. Let's take a look at the Battlestar Galactica board game. But the reason why I want like a Battlestar Galactica game like the one that I'm designing is because like I want to be Leodama. I want to be able to like take the fleet, right? Um, and be like, all right, we're gonna move from this hex to jump to this hex, and then we're gonna split the fleet going this way. We'll put the fleet back together there. Just like there's so much stuff you could do with a Battlestar Galactica strategy hex-based game. Okay, I see what you're saying. So it's basically it looks like it takes place aboard Galactica, which I mean makes sense. That's where. And like the perfect time to start building this game is now. Because I don't know if you guys know, but they're making a Battlestar Galactica remake. It's going to be different than the 1970 series. It's going to be different from this early 2000 series, which is this one. So it's going to be different. They keep reimagining it. And I'm sorry, but there's only one Bill Adama. So say we all. Only one that can play Adama. You can't find anybody else. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. Adama was that show, right? Like that actor screamed, embodied Adama, right? And like you could see the pain on his face, right? Like all the worry and all the stuff that's going on around him. You could see it, right? Like he's an incredible actor, and there's so many incredible actors and actresses in that show. I forgot that female actress, the number 6 model. She's incredible. Far Harbor, that's like a mod. Full Metal Sergeant. I was thinking about getting this, probably because I was at Paris Island, and I want to see if this is supposed to be like after Paris Island. It looks weird. Ah. The troop, I made a separate video on. A lot of people have mentioned good things about it. 24.99. Yeah, why not? I'm gonna have a heart attack at the end of this because I know I'm gonna see that price. Medieval Dynasty. This is a game that I've been wanting to get. It's 35% off. I don't know if it was more during the. Is this the one where you can build armies too? Oh, that's cool. You can build like a fort kind of thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is that. Alright, so this is the game that I've been wanting to get. It's been on my mind. So, yeah, that's it. Um, I thought I was going to be able to satisfy my itch with another game. Um, which is Nordland, but that game is going to require a little bit more work. I mean, to get me involved. Uh, where do we last leave off? Resurgence, Capital. Jeez, look how many things I have on my bloody list here, man. Or is it Manor? There's so many of these games, man. Like, wait. Was it the other one or is it this one? This one's in early access. Which one's better? Ray says he's making a sequel to that Full Metal Sergeant game. The The graphics in this look sick though. And think about it, this is compressed. So this is not what you actually get. You're actually going to get better graphics. Ooh. I think this is the one that I wanted to get. Oh, that looks cool, man. Yeah, this is the one. It was not the other one. There's so many developers making like the same type of games. Yeah, it's this one because next is gonna show a campaign map for like an instant. Watch, it's gonna pop up in a second, right there. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, so it's called Manor. Okay, this one's 30% off too. So I gotta get the other one out, which is Medieval Dynasty. Okay, good. Races Manor. The Manor one is the one that people have been raving about. Okay, cool. After the collapse. Well, I'm not gonna get that. I'm gonna get the one that you recommended. And then we're at like 25%. So none of these really. Newston Tower. This actually I was thinking about. It's not that. It's early access and it's 25% off. Oh, that's cool. Okay, this actually is pretty cool. Overwhelmingly positive, 96%. And the only thing is early access. Everything's early access. We'll be more than happy to use your influence to print their own truth. Well, I like this. In News Tower, you will file some of the key moments of the 1930s, but it will be up to you to whether to cover or even influence them. It's uh, time is money in News Tower. Use your reporters' favorite topics. You send them searching for the right news. Get it faster. We seek to publish gossip to satisfy your readers. Oh, I like this. Steam Deck playable. Oh, I like that. Okay. Oh man, this is gonna kill me. $15 too. Oh man, Tiny Life. This is supposed to be The Sims, but tiny. Pixel. Pixel Sims. And this is a game that I've been wanting to get forever. Dwarf Fortress. This is based on the legendary game, which technically version 1.0 is free. This is 2.0 graphics update. Um, so this so this is 1.0.
I'm Tarnatic, and I've been making Dwarf Fortress with my
This
brother
is 2.0.
for the past 20 years. Dwarf Fortress is a settlement management game. You'll have to make sure your dwarves have enough alcohol to drink and things to eat. But first, a new world and centuries of history will be generated for you to build.
And I like the fact that like you can trade like a lineage, right? Like dozens or hundreds of years go by, and you could trace back to like he married her, she married him, they had this baby, they went back to this baby, they were married together. But like you can like it's really
Story
depth.
will arise as you trust, because your mind is a story-building engine, and Dwarf Fortress is designed to help you weave tales. Fortresses tend to collapse. Flooding,
Oh, that's cool.
beasts, starvation, madness. Dwarves Guards aren't as resilient as the Iron Guard.
I don't know. Now that I think about it, I think it's gonna be too grognard for me. Um, I put infection free zone in there, right? Okay, that's definite. I have to put that in. Thank you for that. Uh, ICBM. That's a game I want to get. It's 20% off. And there's another game. Oh my gosh, man, I'm gonna be bro. I can't afford all this. I can't. Like this is the thing that I've been worrying about going through this. Like this is another game I want to get, but I'm gonna wait till it goes on sale because I can't afford that. Definitely cannot afford that. Um. Uh. So Matrix games. Vietnam. Vietnam. So I want to get this. It's 15% off. This is a game that I've been wanting to get. So out of any game, I've been thinking about this one. Like I think you can fight the Battle of Idrang Valley. And obviously, you can see it's like inspired by like John Tiller. But I wonder if like you can click on a unit and it'll tell you how many troops are in that unit. So if you guys played this game, so like click here, you have a gunship. Ray says, question, Ultimate General American Revolution just came out early access. Just came out of early access. Have you played it recently and do you think it's worth it now? So I really like Ultimate General. The only thing is it it doesn't satisfy what I it doesn't how do I say this without like being a I wanted a game where it was like Empire Total War, right? Mixed with like the paradox level of like strategy, right? Like basically Grand Tactician for the American Revolution, right? That's what I wanted, right? And you have naval battles here and stuff like that. But when I played it, and I don't know if the game opens up, and I think it does. Um, you start the game, right? And I think it takes you through like a long tutorial. You play the Battle of like Concord and Lexington and Concord, but not the way it was actually fought. It's just it's weird, right? And there's certain things that you have to unlock as you play the game. So when you play the campaign, you have to unlock certain things. It's not like you play Birth of America and you play the Americans, right? And like within one or two turns, you have full unlock. You can move all your armies and whatever. And sometimes they get locked or whatever for certain circumstances. But this game, like, I made a video about it, and I was expecting Grand Tactician, American Revolution, right? Like you have this strategic component here, and then two armies collide, you go to the tactical battle, right? That's what I was expecting. But it didn't, like the tutorial or whatever, the first 2 3 hours I was playing, I've been playing for like I played it for like I don't know 2 hours, something like this, somewhere around there, and I got to the Battle of Lexington and Concord. I had to fight the British in Connecticut. I unlocked a few things that I can do, I think, with technology, and it was just like, man, 2 hours, and I still didn't unlock like everything I could do in the game. I'm confined to just Massachusetts, parts of New York, Connecticut, and a little bit of Rhode Island. It's just like, give me the whole map, Maine, Quebec, all the way to Georgia, right? Put me in George Washington's seat. Say, have at it, right? Like, do what Grand Tactician did, like, and I just, I don't know, man. The tactical battles are cool. Don't get me wrong. The tactical battles are really cool. I really like them. But I don't want to go through like a 5-10 hour tutorial before the whole map is unlocked. And I went over the game over and over, and it's just like, all right, there's no way. I have to finish the whole tutorial, this whole campaign, before I unlock the whole map. And it's just like, no, no. Like, I just want to get into the game. I don't want you to hold my hand. I'm not five, right? So, well, I do like the game. Like you have Washington here with 5,000 moving up to Providence, right? And then, they get closer, right? And then you have the British over here, and then you get involved in a major battle. It goes to the tactical screen, which is, this, and then you fight it out. Really cool. I was expecting like a grand tactician level way of doing it, but it's not like that. At least as far as I unlocked it. The dev for that has a YouTube channel that streams. Yeah, I'll probably check it out. Um, See if how long it'll take to unlock Ultimate General American Evolution, because like I don't want to put in 10-15 hours to unlock all of New England, and I don't even know at that point are they going to give me all the middle colonies and southern colonies. Are they going to hold my hand through the middle colonies? Are they going to hold my hand through the southern colony campaign, and then eventually say, hey, you unlocked everything, now you can do whatever you want? And it's just like, yeah, great. It's only been 20 hours and I paid you already. Like, just give me the game, And yeah, so I don't know. So you got NVA rifle 63, defense, fire cost, assault, ambush. Okay. Total side B point loss 61, major defeat 100. So it doesn't look like it calculates how many soldiers are in a unit. Maybe I'm missing it. I'll have to do more research on this, because like basically what I wanted was it what do they call John Tiller games now? I get their things. Yeah, it's called War Game Design Studio. They're doing a winter sale, 20% applied on all orders. Hold on, hold on, go back a second. 20% on all orders over 199. No, sorry, don't do that. Don't do that. No, don't do that. Um, no, don't do that. But I want basically this for Vietnam. So I bought these games years ago. So like I want to be able to be like, all right, 10 men in this squad. I have a LT and I have a captain, and I want to move them here. Like this is what I want. And I don't know if they made a sequel. I don't think they made a sequel. They're still making games though, and they're updating them too, which is pretty sick. Availability in stock, home. What's the newest games that they came out with? So they have Spring Awakening 45, Vienna 1683. So nothing with Vietnam recently. They have a quick take of Prouder and the Few. They just released a patch to it. I bought this game like 20 years ago. They just patched it. That's pretty sick. I might just re-download the games. But yeah, that like these are the games that I want to play. Like I love squad battles, and I want to play something with the, you know, Vietnam more, but in that aspect. Quite Tree. I think this is one of their newer ones too. So like this is something I want, where like you have like 612 men, you move them down this route and stuff like that. So that's something I want. So I got to check if Campaign Series Vietnam does that, cuz like I want to like know that like hey, NVA Rifle Squad, 30 men, kind of thing. I'm one of those kind of people that is like I want to know how many men are in this squad, how many I lost, if I start out with 30 soldiers and I'm down to 2, I know I might want to give them a rest. Um David Anderson's channel is called Campaign Series for the Vietnam game. He streams about every 3 days. Okay, thanks for putting that out. Campaign Series. I am gonna put that on my YouTube. Because I need to find out. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna subscribe to that. I'm gonna check it out. If it has like where it puts it like the name, you know how many soldiers are in there, I'll check it out. There's something that says Omaha Beach, so I wonder if there are like mods for the game. And Slytherin's known for that, so they're updating squad battles soon this year. Nice. Ray says, thanks for the answer. Reminded me of your podcast reviews. War Design Studios prices are so crazy high. They act like it's the 1980s. Yeah, I remember those days. I actually interviewed the guys at War Game Design Studio, and they're really awesome guys. I do think that they do need to like lower the pricing. Like, I mean, $30. That's not too bad. Um, I do like that they give you free games. Like Little Bighorn is free. I think I bought something recently from them, and I added like Little Bighorn, I think, to it. But I do like that the fact that they keep adding to the games. You know, like the Proud and the Few I bought in 2002 when I was at Paris Island. I was like, hey, I'm gonna buy this game. Um, but I do know that they've been updating the graphics, and I remember from the interview from like a month or two ago, a few years ago, that they were saying like the engine is so old, right, and very not limited, but it takes a lot of work for it to make alterations, to add features and stuff. So I don't know if they're building an engine from scratch, but they're making tweaks to the engine as for and they're trying to like read through the code and see what different features do what if they add a new feature and stuff like that. So, but I do like the fact that they're able to that they're updating these games. So that for me is very important. I do wish they do things like I want to buy this one, right? This one is $30. They actually lowered these because I remember these were like I think at one point 40 or $50. So, but if they do sales where it's like 29.95 to 15 or $20, I guarantee they're gonna make more money. And the other thing that they should be doing is like going on Steam, right? And I don't know what was the game that I was just looking at. Campaign Gettysburg. So they should be going on Steam and putting these games on Steam. And I know some of them are going to be like, yeah, but we lose money because Steam takes 30%. Yes, they will take 30%. Steam will do that with every sale. But think about it. You open yourself up to a larger audience, right? You could do what Matrix does, which is offer the game on your site, right? Give a Steam code for, for people that have the Steam thing. It inclines them to buy it on your site so they have one place to download it from, and then you give them a free Steam code like Matrix does, and they can download from Steam and add it to their library. So you give them both, and do the same kind of sale on both. So yeah, that's what I would recommend honestly if I were them. But Chickamauga Battles, what is that? This is from Hex War. I don't like Hex War. Too casual for me. Um, but yeah, I think for like holidays, if I were them, I would probably bring this down to at least 1995, 15, 1995, somewhere around there, and then say Steam codes. Bring these games to Steam. I know you're gonna lose 30%, but you'll make it up for it in value. That's what I would recommend. But Ray says I didn't have to buy their Mexican American war game since it's one of the few games that covers the wars of Texas independence. Oh, I did have to buy their Mexican. Oh, interesting. I did not know that. Hold on, let me check that out. I did not know that. Early American Wars. I did not know that. Oh wow, there's a lot of battles. Gonzalez, San Jacinto, ooh, nice, and the Alamo. Okay, let's see how they did the Alamo here. Ooh, this looks. And I know they've been working on the textures. I remember from the interview they were working on the textures and the way the units look, like 3D and stuff like that. So the Alamo, as you can see, looks not like Jeff Lafcop's game. A little bit different, because it's yeah. But anyway, for more of a grand scale game, yeah, this looks cool. How much is that? I lost it. But yeah, anyway, let's take a look at the last. Let's see how. See, this is the problem. This is the pro. Look at this. I have 11 titles in the game here. I'm at $179. So I need this. That I do want. Great things about that. I could probably get rid of this. I could probably get rid of that. So that's gonna take 20 out. So I could probably go down to 159. Um, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. I don't need that. I could probably get away with that. I could probably get away with that. So still $104. Like to me, like $104 is a lot of money, man. And so I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure something out. I'm gonna have to pick like one, maybe two at the most. The infection-free zone is probably definitely a one, definitely a must. And I'm probably gonna choose Manor, I think, or News Tower. Yeah, that's probably what's gonna have to happen. So I'm just gonna, as much as I want to play this game, as much as I want to play this game, this is on my wish list, right? No, it's not. Let me put it in my wish list. So yeah, I'll probably do something like that. I think $62 is enough. I can swallow that. I think. I don't know. YouTube is like I'm at the point where like I'm about to reach $100 on YouTube, and that's when they'll give you money. But then again, I gotta cover the cost for Christmas, so I don't know, man. And I gotta pay homeowners association fee and rent due. Oh man, it's the beginning of the month. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta figure it out. Anyway, um, be sure to put in the comments below once this video posts what you guys got for Christmas, games I want to know about, TV shows, movies, things like that. Post in the comments. I want to know, right? I'm very curious, right? Because it might be something I might want to get and can't afford. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy this. I appreciate Ray. I appreciate David. You guys chatting and all the information you passed along. Thank you, and catch you guys in the next one. And see you.